Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. I have a ton of stuff from About Face to try on. I basically have their full collection of face, eye, and lip products to try on and create. It's very fun. It turned out to be a little bit of a 60s moment. If you're not already subscribed, I would love to have you. Tomorrow is my birthday, so if you want to give me a birthday gift, give this video a like and subscribe. I don't know if this is going to be coming out before my birthday. It actually probably won't, but I'd still love if you do it anyway. If you're not already familiar with About Face, it is a celebrity makeup brand. It is from Halsey, and I think this is one of the few celebrity makeup brands that you can it's really creative and interesting, and you can feel the effort that's sort of put behind it. Everything that I've tried is just super fun, and it's one of those brands that just makes you inspired and makes you want to create a fun look, which I love. I think there needs to be more makeup brands like that in the world. These products are unique to me. It's not something I see a lot, so it's just so fun to try them out, and we're gonna do that in today's video. I'm gonna stop talking and let's get into the try on. To get started, I have one of their new highlighter products. This is the Light Lock Illuminating Body Light Warp Body Glow, and then it also came with this really cool brush, and this shade is a light green reflect, which I'm really interested in, so stay tuned until the end of the video and we will be trying this out. Very curious to see how it turns out. And then another part of their highlighter collection I have here is their liquid highlighter. This is the Light Block Highlighter Fluid in Shaken or Stirred. So the cap comes off and it comes in a dropper container, and this shade is, I would say, light gold. And the formula is definitely on the drier side, it's a dry oil feeling. It's not very oily, and it does dry down, which I think would be really nice. These highlights are real highlights. They're super reflective. I think this formula is great, like I mentioned, if you have oily skin or you don't like more oily, greasy highlighters, but you still want that reflect. I think this is a really good choice. I'm not going to be using this on top of my foundation today, just because the shade is dark. It does cast on my cheekbones, but I did mix this in with my moisturizer, and it was super pretty. So whenever I have a highlight that is too dark, I really like to do that, and I find this formula worked really well with my moisturizer. And because it's so pigmented and a strong reflect, it really mixed in with the moisturizer well and made me look super glowy. And I put that on under my matte foundation today, so I can get a little bit of a glow and not be completely matte. And then another part of their Light Lock collection is the Light Lock powder in this Bliss. This is a really gorgeous white gold. Actually reminds me of, what is that NARS highlight that is just a white gold? That's actually the first highlight I think I ever bought, because when I started doing makeup, highlight wasn't really a thing. People wanted all matte, so I actually didn't end up using it a lot, but this shade reminds me of it. It's a white gold, definitely goes a lot better on my skin tone. It doesn't cast. It's a very nice soft highlight formula. It doesn't have a lot of kickback. It's actually a very firmly pressed powder, but you still get a lot of pigment off of it. So I did film this part before, and then my camera didn't end up saving it, so I do already have the highlight on my cheekbones. I used the Luxie 516 Duo Fiber brush. We'll put a little bit on just so you can see, but I really enjoy duo fiber brushes for formulas like this that can be a bit strong, because it gives you more of this natural spread out, it spreads the powder out more to give you more of an even glow. And I really like how this looks. It's super pretty. I feel like I could just put it on my cheekbones, and it doesn't look crazy or cast dark on my very fair skin. So this is a yes from me. Really enjoy this. I think the packaging is super pretty, and I like this shade. Again, the shade name is this Bliss. If you like white gold, you're gonna love this. Next up, one of their new products as well is their brow products. I have two shades. These are called their Brow Artist Eyebrow Pencils. I love a good eyebrow pencil, and I've been using this one since I got it. It's been a couple weeks now, so I will swatch taupe and blonde for you. So the deeper one is the shade taupe, and then this one is the shade blonde, and you do get a spoolie on the other end of it. So I've actually been using the shade blonde, which is surprising because I usually use taupe shades, because so many brands cannot do a good blonde eyebrow pencil shade. They're always too warm or orange or just like a bizarre shade. If you have blonde hair or you just buy blonde eyebrow pencils and you find the same thing, let me know below because it's such a struggle. But this blonde shade from them is so on point. It's definitely like a little bit warmer, but it matches my hair almost perfectly. So that's why I've been using this so much. It's just a perfect match. I'm brushing my eyebrows up, and the tip of this is, oh my god, I just finished this. Okay, I literally just realized that this is empty. I've been using it so much, but I think I have a backup. Yes, thankfully I have a backup. So the tip when you first get it is the triangular shaped for a brow pencil, sort of like the Kosas Brow Pop. I never used to like these types of shapes of eyebrow pencils, but I've been really liking it because you can do a lot of filling in, but also get some more like finer detail work if you need to. It's just super quick, and I would describe this formula as the perfect texture. It's not too dry or too like slippery. I do have a little tip. If you find that a brow formula is too dry, try using it before you set your foundation. That way any like foundation or oils on your face that you haven't set with powder yet will help your eyebrow pencil glide easier. And if you feel like the eyebrow pencil is a little bit too slippery, try using it once you've powdered your face so it'll grip on a little bit more. I just find this one is perfect over powder and it just works really well. Cannot talk and do my eyebrows, it's difficult. So I just like to fill in and then brush and then see where I need to fill in. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish my brows and then we'll move on to the next product. So that's just a super quick brow. Sometimes I will use the shade Taupe as well, sort of like from the arch out if I want to deepen things up. This is a huge hit for me, obviously, since I already used a whole one up. I think these are really nice eyebrow pencils, and the blonde shade is nice. If you're having trouble finding a good blonde shade, try these out. The formula all around is great. Really like them. The spoolie's nice. Nothing to complain about. I think these are a really good eyebrow formula. Next is something I'm also really excited about, and this is their About Face Smoothing Shadow Fix. I think this is also one of their new launches. This is an eyeshadow primer, which I've been looking for a good one forever. I don't have any concealer or anything on my eyelids. So this is what it looks like. It just has a doe foot applicator and it's sort of this light beigey shade. Let me put some of this on. And then probably just blend this in with my fingertips. Ooh, this has like a smooth, sort of like a smoothing primer feel. That would be interesting to see how this works and like if it does change how my eyeshadow looks. So that went on really nicely. I do like how it canceled out the discoloration on my eyelids because I usually put concealer on my eyelids to just even them out. So having an eyeshadow primer that also has that tint to smooth them is really what I'm looking for. So we'll see how that performs with the eyeshadows and everything, which will be our next product. We have two different eyeshadow formulas. We have their liquid eye paints and then we also have the shadow stick. So starting with the liquid eye paints, I have 4 shades here. We will do some swatching and these are just super fun. I think these are one of the first products they came out with, and they come in these cool like cube shaped packaging, and then it has a double-sided doe foot applicator, and they're super duper pigmented and matte. So this first shade is Swell Before Rain, which is a super cool like warmy, which is a nice, it's like a blonde shade. Like I feel like I could do my eyebrows with this. I think this would be really pretty as like a no makeup type of like just wash on the lid to give you some definition. And then the next one we have here is Cloned, which is this maroon shade. The pigment on these is so smooth and unbelievable. That shade, I love a good maroon. And then we have Dion Sis. I think that's from Mythology. And it's this like sort of fuchsia purple. If you know what that name means, let me know below. Very, very pretty purple. And then last but not least, we have On Point, which is this pretty pink. Yes, I love this like almost white Barbie pink. And then we also have their eyeshadow stick. I will swatch them all and then we'll sort of figure out what kind of look we're gonna do today. They applied super creamy, so I have high hopes for them. There's this white, more of like a neutral gold, warm gold, shimmery pink, this super pretty like gray gunmetal shade, and then a very creamy matte black. And then we have this gorgeous chartreuse next to a shimmery baby blue. Then they also have a ton of liners we'll be talking about once we put some eyeshadow on. One more eye product to talk about before we start, the Fractal Eye Paint. It's like a glittery topper eye paint. And this one is the shade Digital Demise. So it's sort of like a burgundy red, but it has gold, pink, purple sparkle in it. So you can tell it's a little bit more sheer, so it's more of like a, you know, you put this over a base of eyeshadow or just wear it as a sheer wash. All right, let's get started. I feel like I kind of want to do like pink and brown maybe, or maybe we'll do like pink and green. There's just so many fun colors I want to play with. Does that go together, or is that like a little bit weird? Should we do pink and brown? Let's just start with the pink and then we'll figure it out later. So I'm going to go in with the fluid eye paint in the pink color. So I am going to start by painting this on my lid, and then we're going to sort of shape it into like a cat eye shape. So I'm going to lay down quite a lot of product. It doesn't have to be perfect. And then using a Luxie concealer brush, which just has sort of a sharp edge to it, and using patting motions, I'm going to start to shape this out. These do dry down fairly quickly, but you still have some time to work with them. I'm actually going to go in with my finger. I just feel like it lays down the product a little bit better. And then we'll use this brush to shape. I don't know if it's the eyeshadow primer or the actual eye paint, but it's really like sticking on my lid, which is nice. I'm going to use a little bit more. So I sort of just dragged it out into a general wing shape, and we'll be cleaning this up later. They do dry down pretty quickly, so I think going in with your finger at first just to really lay it down, it definitely worked better, and then just using this to sharpen the edges. It did seem to layer well. It took a little bit of work, and I think with the brush it was like picking it up too much, but with my finger it worked really well, so I'm going to repeat the same on this eye. I finished that eye, and I also went ahead with a contour shade. This one is from Kevyn Aucoin, and I just sort of traced the shape to create a shadow so that that pink stands out a little bit more. It was definitely lighter than I was expecting, so I think just adding that definition is gonna define our shape a little bit more. You could do this before, but I think after it's really easy because you just take like a small smudger brush like this and then just follow the shape. It'll just help it pop a little bit. Now I'm taking the eyeshadow stick in white, and I'm going to do this as sort of like an inner corner highlight. So I'm painting it on in general shape and then just using my pinky finger to press it in. I like that, super pigmented. Sometimes whites, especially creams, can be like not pigmented enough and just look wishy-washy. This one has some nice pigment. Alright, I just turned my brightness down. Hopefully you can still see, but it just got super bright in here, so I had to do that. Sun's randomly come out. So I'm not sure if I still want to do like a green sort of wing over this, or if I want to do brown. I think I kind of want to stick with the brown, but before we do that, I think I'll do pink on the waterline because I really want to try this liner. I've been trying these liners for a while now. This pink one is called Leave Me Breathless. This pretty muted pink. Anyway, these liners are super gorgeous, pigmented, long lasting. So I'm going to put this one in my waterline. I guess I'm sort of like literally giving myself pink eye. It's actually really cool. I would never think to put pink eyeliner on. I'm really curious if this cream shadow will work over the liquid shadows, but I also don't want to mess it up. Let's try it on the outer corner first in case it like messes it up. I actually worked pretty well over that. Alright, I feel like I need some serious contrast with this. Would the red be weird? I love this red, by the way. Super pretty on blue eyes. I think I'm just gonna stick with the brown. I think it'll be really nice with the pink. Pink and brown I'm dropping everything. Pink and brown is like, it's very 2000s to me. I just remember wearing a lot of pink and brown together. Let's bring that back. So I'm taking this gel liner and I'm gonna start smudging it on my lash line, and then we'll sort of smudge it out into a wing. So taking my angled liner brush, this one's from ColourPop, and smudging that. These are smudgeable, but they don't move too much, which I appreciate, and they do not crumble when you blend them, and they're so smudge proof after they have been set. I will say they do dry down pretty quickly or set pretty quickly, and especially over this eye paint, it's like a little tough to work with, but still getting the job done. The shade name of this brown one is Equestrian, by the way. Cool. I did end up using a little bit of eyeshadow just to help blend everything in, but yeah, now we got some contrast going. I think I'm just gonna do like a light brown on my lower lash line. Actually, maybe we'll use this like shimmery eye crayon. This is the one that's like a cool taupe color. Can you even see that? Let's try that. All right, I finished up with that shadow stick. It was super pretty. I also put a little bit on the top lash line and did lashes. It's kind of feeling like a little 60s to me now, which I don't hate. I actually really love. So let's move on to the lips. Since the eyes are done, which the eyes were really interesting. Like, I've never used like such a light matte pink, and it was a really fun color to like try to play with. So for lips, I have one of their lip liners, their Fix Lip Pencil in Smoking Room, which is a stunning color. There it is right there. It's gonna be a little bit dark, but I think with such a light eye, we can sort of do something a little more dramatic on the lips. These are so creamy. It's like butter. This lip liner is so interesting. I usually don't like very creamy lip liners because they don't wear well. They just come right off. But these are very creamy, but look. Like, the color does not come off. It's almost like a liquid lipstick lip liner is kind of how I would describe that. Really interesting, and I love a long-lasting lip liner. The shade is pretty, so it definitely surprised me in that aspect. At this point, this is the only lip product I have, so I feel like we should just use it. This is the Fractal Lip Color in the shade Gospel Fiction, which is actually like a glitter lip paint, and it's this deep brown color. This does stain your lips a little bit, but I think we're gonna do it. So pretty. This is so pretty. It's a lip glitter paint, so it's not like the easiest to work with, but it did give me a nice even coat, and I can feel it drying down. Like, it is dry. It's not super sticky. It does feel like a little bit dry on my lips at the moment, but it's super cool. I love the shade, this like brown shade with these purple glitter. Ugh. I just love it. This would be so cool if you're going to like a concert or a party, or you just want to wear a glitter lipstick. I'm living for it. Okay, last but not least, we have the sort of glowy body product to try. So let me remove my necklaces and we'll get going. So this is a body product, and I got the green shade, which I don't know the name of it. Maybe, I think the name is Light Warp. So it comes in like a little squeezy tube. Just to do a quick swatch, it's a very light green shade, and I picked green because I have fair olive skin, and I thought green would be like a really interesting way to highlight that. So we're gonna go ahead and use this. Another big thing about this that I love, it's so hard to find body products, especially like body glow, that's not scented or fragranced, and this is not fragranced. Thank you About Face for not making this fragranced. Literally has no scent to it. I believe all of their products didn't use any artificial fragrance, which is really great for sensitive skin. So I'm just gonna like spread this on and then grab this brush, which is this cool shape, and then let's blend. I feel like this is so cool already. Sometimes for fair skin, it's really difficult to find these body glows that is not necessarily like deeper than your skin, because I feel like when I get a deeper color, it's like then I like am committed to doing my whole body. But like this, I can just throw on. That looks so cool. I really like having the brush too, because I don't like getting it all over my hands. This also isn't too glittery, like it's pretty natural looking. If you go out in the sun, it's not gonna be like glitter. Like it's definitely not glittery. It's very, very just shimmer. This is so cool. I love this shade. I think it's really hard to find a highlight that's like nice looking on my skin, but I think this highlights sort of like just my lightness. It's really cool how this looks. If you have like fair skin, fair cool skin, even if you have fair warm skin, fair olive skin, especially like me, having like a green highlight, I feel like it enhances that in a nice way instead of sort of like looking like it's disharmonized with your natural sort of greenness. So I am just loving this. Guys, try this out. If you want a body glow, I'm definitely gonna be wearing this a lot, just like maybe a little bit in the center of my chest whenever I'm wearing a tank top or like low cut shirt. Girl, it's also drying down, so I don't think it's gonna give you a lot of transfer. I think it claims to be like transfer resistant. It's not oily, which I really love too. I would put this all over my arms too. It's I love it. All right, everybody, that was it for my full face of About Face. I hope you really enjoyed this video and enjoyed coming along this journey and trying these products out with me. Let me know in the comments below which one of these products sort of catches your attention the most. I think the Body Glow is just one of my favorite things from them, but they make a lot of other just fantastic products that I'm really impressed with. The eyebrow pencil, honestly everything. There's not something here that I'm not impressed with. The only thing is that sometimes it's hard to blend the liquid eye paints, but other than that, like I just love the creativity around this brand, and it does make me inspired to make cool looks, which I love. Nowadays there's just so much of the same, so to have a brand that's different and makes you want to play around with makeup is one of my favorite things. So make sure to give this video a like if you did enjoy at any point, and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye.